If she actually believed what she said, she wouldn't be on YouTube saying this. She can't. She can't at all. Like, she's just a woman. She can't, like, if she genuinely practiced what she preached, she couldn't be doing this, because that defies what she's... bitch, go make dinner. Have you guys heard of this channel, JustPearlyThings? Apparently, she does relationship advice for men. She does lots of stuff defending Andrew Tate. Lots of people called her the female Andrew Tate. You know, and I haven't looked over anything. I know she did a debate recently with Ethan Klein. I've seen parts of it. She doesn't do well. I know Will Scredia has looked over that debate. Not great. But one of the videos she did that I thought was very interesting. We go a little bit down here. Wow, how many videos does she do a day? I feel like this has gotten more buried than it should have. Interesting. I think she pulled the video I was actually going to go over. So she did a video defending Kevin Spacey. Interesting. And I don't see it anymore. Maybe I did. Maybe when I see a good video cover, I should make sure to download it. But yeah, apparently somebody reacted to that video. JD reacts to JustPearlyThings reacting to Kevin Spacey's United Kingdom not guilty verdict. So it did exist, but apparently she pulled it because it's not on her channel anymore. Well, the reason I kind of wanted to go over that, because Kevin Spacey is an interesting case. So they didn't have enough to actually prosecute him. That being said, like, you know, we just saw Jim Caviezel talking like he brought up Epstein's Island multiple times. So let's look at some of the people who have been confirmed to be on Epstein's Island. So we got a list here. Who flew on Jeffrey Epstein's Alita Express plane? Right at the beginning, right here. Donald Trump, Bill Clinton, Kevin Spacey, and more. And we go down here, we get a list. Donald Trump, they don't like to bring up that one. Bill Clinton, always been a creepy fucking guy. Kevin Spacey, Chris Tucker. Nobody's really bringing up Chris Tucker. I hear people talk about, we should do Rush Hour 4, and I'm like, let's do a Shanghai Noon movie. I'm all for seeing more Jackie Chan, but I am done with Chris Tucker. Bill Gates. Always been a sus motherfucker. Prince Andrew. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. He's running for president right now. Violinist Ishka Perlman. U.S. Senator John Glenn. Former Senate Majority Leader George Mitchell. These are people who have been on the plane. And apparently she was defending Kevin Spacey. And like I said, apparently that video once existed and now it's gone. So I wonder if she got pushback from that. She's been getting lots of pushback, and I think it's worth going ahead and diving into this bit. So, what else? Let's see. A trans mother debates. Oh my god. What would be a good thing to go over? Understanding MGTOW. I've actually never seen one of her videos. I'm not even sure. Oh my god, this is... like, all this is cringe. How feminism... okay, here's 10 minutes. How feminism uses propaganda to control society. Okay, yeah, that sounds like a good one to go over. Sure.
You know, instead of they're listening to their husbands, we're gonna say, follow your heart, right? Like, why do we have phrases like that? Follow your heart. What happens when women follow their heart? It's like we get pregnant by Pookie and Ray Ray, right? It's like we'll marry a criminal when we follow our heart.
I'm feeling like that's kind of a self-report. You follow your heart and you marry a criminal? What? Well, and also the argument is, like, women shouldn't follow their heart. It's weird. It's weird. And already I'm getting the vibes of, obviously, like, women aren't going to be watching her. This is young men are going to be watching her and be like, oh, yeah, this is a problem with society. This is why I can't get laid. And she's lying. She's doing a grift for money.
There's a reason that in history, they have never let women follow our hearts. What up, guys? Welcome to the Just Pearly Things YouTube channel, and welcome to my whiteboard videos, where I go over trends that I really see in society. So today, I want to do a part 2 of how men and powerful people have used women by giving us the right to vote to ruin everything.
Whoa. Is she anti-women voting? What? You know how women are like human beings and should have equal rights to everybody else? Yeah, they probably shouldn't vote, you know. This is, oh my god, this is like pure unadulterated pick-me shit. Just like, hey, you know, maybe women shouldn't be voting, you know, why not? I think I should have less rights. Just what the fuck?
Should the goal of a society be to make money or have strong family units that create good children and good people? I would argue number 2. So if this is the goal, it's a bad heart, but just imagine, that should be the goal. Man, woman together, right?
Well, I mean, I don't know why you feel the need to specify man, woman. I support families being strengthened and, you know, all that jazz. I don't think it needs to, I know you're obviously pitching this to your audience. The family doesn't need to be man-woman. It can be man-man. It can be woman-woman. There's non-binary to non-binary. There's all types of variables of people who can live happily together and have a family.
But what happened was, for whatever reason, there's a group of people or, I don't know, an institution, someone out there that thought the best option would be not together. A broken family unit. Now, this sounds horrible, right? Man, woman, apart. Okay. So what did they do? They thought to themselves, we can convince women of anything. So what are we going to do for?
Okay, so like I can guarantee you, is going off the reservation. She will have completely the wrong takes. Has there been a push to kind of separate people? Yeah. It's largely capitalism. So, like, if you go back in time, obviously, historically, households would be, like, generational. And you'd have generations of family living in the same household. Just, you know, keep on going like that. Lots of times it'd be on farms and shit like that. This is old school stuff. This is over 100 years ago. As time goes by, you know, obviously people move into cities and stuff like that. Things get more urban, industrial revolution, etc., etc. Nuclear families get smaller and smaller. And essentially, as we get more modern, the idea gets people should have, like, their own home. Like, a nuclear family is parents and kids, and that's it. Nothing else. No grandparents, no nothing else. And part of that is because rich people like making money, and you can get more money off more households. The more scattered households you have, the more money you can get. So there is an argument for that. Now, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with not living in a giant household with a whole bunch of family. I think people should live how they want to live. But is there a push to get people, like a cultural push to get people into, like, smaller households so they can make more money off them? Absolutely. Absolutely. Pinch the middle class is their goal.
First, we're going to give women the right to vote and make them think that we're equal. So men and women are equal. Now, how did they do this? Number 1, propaganda. They knew in the early 1900s that if they tell women basically anything, that we just believe it. It's like if you get in a woman's ear and just tell her things, for whatever reason, we believe it. So in the early 1900s,
I find shit like this so confusing. She is literally a woman, and she is quite blatantly being sexist towards her own sex. And now, usually, like, when you deal with pick-me's, there are going to be a lot more nuance than this. They will have, like, arguments and shit, and she is just flat out like, yeah, women are fucking dumb. kind of wild.
1800s, they started getting on the radio. And some themes that I noticed is, one, that women can do no wrong. Women are just these sweet little angels. 2,
you gotta source that or just say that? Oh, okay.
Division. 3, equality. So men and women are equal. You should be fighting for equality. And men are bad. Men are evil. That's why you hear these women come.
Good point, Chandler. It wasn't propaganda. It was protesting.
I'm on the show. They'll be like, "Oh, if I submit to a man, he's the worst thing ever." So basically,
well, don't you think couples should be equal in a relationship? It shouldn't be like one versus the other. It should be both together. Is that crazy? That seems pretty reasonable to me.
These people said, we're going to use the women, give them the right to vote, even though most women didn't even want the right to vote. And
okay, Pearl, I want you to go anywhere where there's women and ask them if they're okay giving up the right to vote. Like, they will tell you no, and they fucking should, because that is insane. Like, you are anti-women voting. Wow.
And warned the problems that come with it, because giving women the right to vote is feminism. Why?
Listen, I think it's insane. Like, they use feminism like a dirty word, and I'll be blunt. If it's about men and women being treated equal in our society, and that's feminism, then yeah, no, I'm a full-blown feminist. Fuck yeah. Let's get everybody treated equally on the same page. Hell yeah.
Why? Because it implies that women are equal. That is the foundation.
It implies that women are equal. Women are equal. What the fuck? Like, they're not equal in societal status, but they're equal in ability. So maybe they should be equal in societal status. Isn't that crazy?
Of feminine. Men, women, equal. So
yeah, it's the thing. Like, Blurry Films is bringing up a good point, and it's got me thinking, like, if she actually believed what she said, she wouldn't be on YouTube saying this. She can't. She can't at all. Like, she's just a woman. She can't, like, if she genuinely practiced what she preached, she couldn't be doing this, because that defies what she's...
So, what did they do? The feminists essentially infiltrated institutions, okay?
I mean, she's making me want to just look at her and say, bitch, go make dinner. Fuck. Like,
So, they go into the school system, and there's a couple trends that I really see that feminists, they send women to institutions. Now, what institutions am I talking about? Hold on. So, basically,
women going to school, fucking getting educated and shit. Holy shit, what are you doing? How dare women do the schooling and the sports and the arts and the work. God, this is so goddamn mask off. And obviously griftery, because, like, she can't even practice this shit and do YouTube. It's just, the two things are completely fucking incompatible. This is batshit insane.
The elites, or whoever it is, I don't even know who it is, the feminists will say, I want to...
Well, are they the upper class elites? Are they the feminists? What are they? They're the boogeyman, right? Boogeyman?
Control an institution. So how can we control an institution? The first thing we're going to do is put propaganda on the radio, get in these chicks' ears, social media.
Got an example? Is it just saying, what, radio ads talk about women having equal rights? What?
Radio, TV, all the same messaging. Music, too. These are all tools that they use. Then we're going to send women into the institution. So we're going to send women to college. We're going to send women to sports and in the arts, extracurricular activities. We're going to send women to work. We are just going to send women, okay? Because we know that if we get in their ears with propaganda, we can control them. Now, they thought, how can we control...
Okay, propaganda is used to control people, but not in the way you're fucking describing. I mean, honestly, I could argue the propaganda you're pushing out now, because right now what you're doing is actually fairly harmful. So, you know, when you're a young man or a teenage man, the world's confusing. Because honestly, it's confusing when you're young and a teenager. To everybody. It's not just young men. But like she's marketing it towards young men. So I'm going to address that. The world's confusing. And you don't quite know how to understand it. And you're here as a woman. And your whole argument seems to be that women have too many rights. And that women are the problem with society. Women, or it seems like your big feminist is feminism. So feminists are the boogeyman, and feminists are the problem with society. And the problem with that is it's giving people an excuse to shut off and not actually reach out. The world is a much better place if you just talk to people. That's it. Just talk to people. Talk to people different than you. The divide between men and women, as far as like personality and stuff, not as extreme as people like you undoubtedly want to push it. As far as capabilities, as far as personality, not that extreme. Women have a period. Biologically, that's the only thing that will really affect their personality that's different than men. And even then, that's not a big deal. There are women who are nerds. There are women who are into the same stuff men are into. You just gotta talk to them. And that's the key. You just gotta talk to them. And just don't be weird about it. Like, talking to women is made up to be like this really weird thing, and you gotta make sure to do it right. No, just talk to them. Treat them like human beings. That's the key to talk to women. Like, if you're interested in women and you want to get to know them, talk to them like a normal human being. Make awkward jokes. Be silly. Just talk to them the same way you would talk to a friend. And that's it. The advice she's giving is useless and pointless if you actually want to associate with women. And because the problem is she's not helping young men talk to women. She's helping young men come up with excuses as to why they can't talk to women, which is counterproductive to everything they want to do.
Well, them even better. If they're not led by a man and they think that they have equal say as the man in the household. And that's what's happening. Women
They should have equal say in the household, just saying.
Are making them.
Listen, if you go try to talk to a woman and try to be like, I'm a man and you're a woman, so you do what I say, she will fucking slap you in the face, justly.
Majority of consumer decisions in the household, women tend to lead relationship. There's a reason we have phrases like she wears the pants. Why? Because that implies that we are what? Back to equal, which is all feminist. So first they send the women to the institutions.
Yeah, you can't have women and men be equal. That's crazy. What the fuck? This is so insane.
So what they'll do is they'll make women think we're more important than we are. Yes. So they'll basically make us be narcissists. And we go into these institutions and the men will be talking and we don't like the way that words.
I can see why Ethan, I saw a little bit of that. I can see why he destroyed her. Even in this video, this is comedic. Like, if I did a parody anti-feminism video, it would be like this. It would be so jokingly bad, it'd be ridiculous.
Sound. So the first thing we'll do is we'll go in institutions and change words. So, for example, the legal ones. The women went in there and we're like, forced sex. And the feminists came in and say, no, it should be sex without consent. Now, why is that a bad thing? Because that makes it more subjective. They went into the school system and the women.
The terminology forced sex versus sex without consent means the same thing. What?
Women came into the school system in around the 70s to the 80s and really ruined school because they made it.
Yeah, Crawling Chaos. I think I saw that part of the Ethan debate. I think it was early on where, she was talking about how women, divorce. Well, it wasn't necessarily. Is it just women? I thought it was just divorce should be illegal. But obviously she's against women pretty much doing anything and having any rights.
It more subjective instead of objective. It used to be you had a standardized test, you studied for it, you either failed or you succeeded. Now you have papers, you have essays, which is all based on feelings, how the women.
Papers and essays based on feelings? No. What? What the fuck school did you go to? No, that's not how papers and essays work. You have to cite sources.
feel. And then we change the grading scale, make it easier. It's like, so what they'll
change. Are you talking about grading on a curve? What are you talking about? Change the grading scale and make it easier. What? Are you gonna cite a source? You just gonna say shit? Bitch, go make me dinner. I don't even know how. She's so fucking parody of a fucking a person at this point. She's a joke.
Do is they'll send the women in the institution, change all these words in the institutions, and then add in our version of HR to police the men. So we'll either bring in the HR board, we'll bring in the school board meetings. So the elite said, let's give women the right to vote so they think that they're equal. Then we're going to get in their...
Oh my God. I was just like, it might be fun to go into her. People have been dunking on her. Let's look into this, because I would like to do like more of a thing on this channel where I like talk about like the issues that young men have. Because young men do have issues, and these fucking grifters are coming in and they're sweeping it up. They're dominating that space. And it's all bullshit. It's all lies. They're giving terrible advice to these people. And... it's atrocious. And I was like, oh, well, maybe I could address this a bit. Because, like, I remember being a young man and being confused about this shit. And now that I'm older, it's like, this is, like, not nearly as confusing as I made it out to be. It's actually fairly simple. You just gotta, like, talk to people. That's it. And so let's address some of this. And, like, at least, like, think before you sleep was a bit more veiled. Like, she is pure just... like, she's gotta be full. She knows she's full of shit. Because otherwise she'd just be making dinner right now instead of making a video.
Ears and say the men are the bad. Women know everything. You know more than men. You're equal to men. And anything that they can really push to cause division. Then they decide, let's infiltrate the institutions. Let's get into school. Now, I mean, how annoying are the, like, school board? You guys already know, school board, the worst. Sports and art, so we're going to replace the family unit at home. We're going to give sports teams so the women, instead of being at home supporting the men, we're going to make these leagues that make no money.
Well, we're going to give them the option. Isn't that weird? Giving people the option to do things, that's fucked up, I know.
So we can just take women to pursue sports, art, career, whatever it is. Or...
okay, I'm going to have my hot take on here on sports, and it's kind of also to address the trans issue for, like, the half dozen trans athletes out there. I think we should probably get rid of men's and women's leagues in sports, and instead base it on, like, kind of like boxing, where it's, like, heavyweight, featherweight, stuff like that. Base it on that instead. Just get rid of this whole argument about men's and women's sports. Just treat it like that.
Send them to work, right? So instead of having a family, supporting the men, we're going to give them these jobs. Now remember, at work, a lot of these jobs are subsidized by the government. And what happens when women start making a lot of money?
A lot of these jobs are dude, I love how she just keeps on saying shit and has, like, can you cite a fucking example? One example, please. That's all I'm asking. It's not that tough.
Well, we start thinking we're better than the men, which, alas, causes division. Let's take myself as an example, right? I'm doing some work talking on YouTube, but at the end of the day, I'm just talking. Why would I think I'm better than a plumber, an electrician, a bus driver?
Well, have you gotten trained in those abilities? Because you can do that too. You can absolutely do that.
Makes society run. But yet we just had national news headlines of a woman doing something similar to me, talking.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. Like, this is kind of like the shit Andrew Tate will say, except fucking Andrew Tate's a man. So, like, there's the veil of believability that, like, maybe as a man, he actually believes the bullshit he's saying. Like, like I said, there's no way she believes any of this. Like, she can't be making YouTube videos if she believes anything she's saying.
In a microphone, thinking she's better than a bus driver. How crazy is that when we need those men to run society? But it goes back to, let's break up the family. We're going to give...
yeah, we need men are the only ones capable of running society, guys.
Give women these jobs that we don't even need and make them think that they're better than the men. And on top of that, then we're going to give them the tools to ruin everything. We're going to get in women's ears. Instead of they're listening to their husbands, we're going to say, follow your heart, right? Like, why do we have phrases like that? Follow your heart. What happens when women follow their heart? It's like we get pregnant by Pookie and Ray Ray, right? It's like we'll marry a criminal when we follow our heart.
Jesus Christ. Oh my God. Like, just can you maybe get a bit more sexist? This is shockingly bad. I don't know if we'll ever revisit it. This is kind of a shockingly bad video. Like, if this is a typical Just Pearly Things video, fuck. No wonder she's getting dunked on so bad. And it should be dunked on more. It should be dunked on excessively. Like, this shit needs torn apart. She has, like, 1.5 million subs. This is ridiculous, disgusting propaganda that hurts young men. This, like, if you like, the only reason this should ever be watched is to be dunked on. At all. The only reason to ever address Just Pearly Things is to dunk on her. Because this shit is bullshit. And it should never be taken seriously ever. And if anybody takes it seriously, that is troubling.
There's a reason that in history, they have never let women follow our hearts. But we have these institutions that back this up. So, the legal system. So they said, follow your heart, ladies. Make a baby with that man, sleep with everybody, da-da-da-da-da. And then you can legally make a kid with a bad guy, take his money, take his kid, and now we have...
Wait. You made a kid of a bad guy and you're taking his... Okay, so these are all vague and generic terms, but let's say you made a kid with a bad guy and then you take the kid and take that guy's money. Isn't that fine? Because isn't he a bad guy? Like... What standards are we doing here? Like, what is even your fucking point right now?
A woman, I'm going to just put a woman above a man, and then there's a little... So now we have these, this is the new family unit, the woman-led household. Because again, we have a legal system that makes the contract of marriage very unfair, where if the woman leaves, she gets everything, and if the man...
No, I mean... There is, like, I know firsthand, there is a mother bias in divorce court. It's not as extreme as she's making it, though. She doesn't get everything. There's quite a bit more nuance to it than that.
Leaves, he loses everything. So what happens is the man is always constantly trying to make the women happy. And are these women...
Well, that's not functional either. A man and women, like, if they're in a couple, they should work towards making each other happy. But, like, that shouldn't be their sole goal either. No one should solely be focused on making someone else happy. That's not functional.
Women ever happy? No! I mean, what do they say? If you give a woman everything, she'll still not be happy. It's like...
I don't know of anybody who's fucking ever said that. What do they say? They say this. No, they don't. You said that right now. That's the first time I've ever fucking heard that in my life.
Okay. On top of that, they gave us these jobs so we could live without men. So they said, here, go be pretty. Here's your OnlyFans. Go talk into a micro.
Do you think OnlyFans is subsidized? Do you think government gives money to OnlyFans? You would have to give me a fucking citation on that. Like, government gives money to OnlyFans so that women can get money for amateur porn, essentially. Like, I love how you're just saying that. No. OnlyFans pretty much exist because there's lots of lonely guys out there. And there's nothing, I don't have any objection to OnlyFans, but that's why it's around.
Microphone, go have your HR job that we don't need. We're going to overpay you. So you again think that you are better than...
Overpay? Again, like what? Citation, for the love of God, citation.
The men, and we break up the family because then the women are like, oh, I can't marry this guy because he doesn't make enough money, even though his job is more needed than yours. And third off, they gave us birth control.
What? Okay, so if a woman leaves a man because he's not making enough money, that's kind of shitty. That's a shitty move on her part. But again, that's just like a specific person.
So they said, sleep with who you want, abort the kid if you're irresponsible, and the funny...
Wow, I like how you just throw abortion in there. Sure.
The thing is, they keep trying to put us on the birth control younger and younger and younger. All of these policies go towards breaking up the family unit and a female-led house. The legal system goes towards giving women the upper hand so they lead the family.
Not really, no. Like I said, like in divorce court, yeah, maybe you get a little edge, but like not massive. It's not massive. And in general, no.
The subsidized jobs give women the opportunity to leave the family, and birth control gives women complete reproductive power, so we get to pick how many kids we have. We get to pick when we get married. We get to pick whether the kid is born or not. We get to pick what mate we have, which we all know.
Okay, so like abortion. God damn it. Why does abortion keep on coming up? I guess because Jim Caviezel lied about it, and now she's bringing it up. All right, so abortion. Real quick. I hate this topic anyway, because, fun fact, again, nobody likes abortion. Nobody likes abortion, but sometimes it's an absolute necessity. And the fact is, it's a woman's body, she should have a choice. Now, does that mean a man shouldn't get a say? And at the end of the day, it's almost like, yes, but I think they should be aware of it, and I think they should know about it, and, like, have the opportunity to be involved. There's nuances here. There's so many nuances. There's context, and every situation is different. But yeah, let's ignore that. Women shouldn't even vote. You know, fuck it. Go make me a sandwich, bitch.
In the last 100 years, women have had more mate selection than ever in history, and yet we have chosen to be absolute whores. It's crazy. Now we have OnlyFans models.
Chosen to be absolute whores. Oh my god. How dare women sleep with people? How dare you have sex? Oh, no. Just because sex is pleasurable? That's fucked up. No, you can't be doing that. That's fucked up. No. No having sex for people.
Models, we have all this crazy... When it's like feminism said we could do anything, and this is what we chose. Back to the birth control. On top of that, it gave women full reproductive power to the point that men just feel powerless. So this is really...
Men feel powerless? There's so much insanity in there. It's like, I don't even know how to debunk that, because it's like, she just says shit, and it's like, yeah, that's sexist.
The system that I don't know who, maybe elites, maybe feminists, whatever.
Chandler, babies being made are very simple. So the stork comes down and delivers the baby to the woman's womb, and that's why the woman has full power. That's the type of shit I feel like she's pretending like that's how that shit happens.
Whatever it was. They give us the right to vote, then they get in our ear through propaganda, and they preach, women are queens, women are...
What exactly is this propaganda? Just like people saying that women and men have equal rights and should have equal rights? Because that just seems like basic human decency to me. Maybe I'm crazy.
The best. Anything to divide the family. You're equal to men, which we all know leads us to failure. Men.
What the fuck? Wow. So twisted. So fucked up. Yes, women are equal to men. They can do all the same stuff. That obviously there's physical differences, but for the most part, they're equal. In all the biggest ways.
And are bad. And then they created these institutions to make us feel more special than we are, and then gave us the...
More special than you are? What? Oh. What the hell? Like, does she just, like, want there to be, like, this online service where men order women and women are just, like, their slaves? Like, turn OnlyFans into this thing where you can buy women to be your sex slave and, you know, cook dinner for you? Like, what, like, system are you pushing for?
Tools to ruin men financially, emotionally, and basically ruin society. And now we have a below...
Yes. Men and women being treated equally ruins society. Thank you.
Now, what do we have? What does this all equal? No kids. Now we have a lowering replacement rate, and society may collapse. But don't worry, just give women the right to vote. And
lowering, the population is growing up very, very quickly. And lots of times you do find in societies, when the population starts getting really big, the replacement rate starts going down. And that's probably a good thing.
And nothing bad'll happen. That was totally a good idea. Yeah, women and men are equal. Or maybe I'm crazy. I don't know. Let me know in the comments.
Okay. But yeah, she is fucking sane. That's the craziest thing I've ever heard. She is detrimental. Like, her young men audience they're suffering if they listen to that shit. If they listen to that shit and take it seriously, they are suffering. Listen, if you're a young man and you want to talk to women, just treat them like a normal human being. That is it. There's no big secret to it. Treat him like a normal human being and see if you guys vibe. Don't force it. Just treat him like a normal human being. See if you guys vibe. If you guys become friends, it might become something more, or it might stay as friends. That's it. This is not like they want to, like, these grifters want to make it so complex and so difficult, and it's not. It's very simple. Treat everyone as a normal human being. That's it. The world will be better if we just do that.
Books, records, films, these things matter. Call me shallow. It's the fucking truth.
So yeah, like I said, so there's a members only stream that Dane and I just did, going over just some guy covering the Fandom Initiative. That's members only. I know it's posted in Dane's Discord. And I'm gonna get it up on my Patreon fairly soon.